Buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias. Welcome back to another episode of Wine and Wisdom. Ladies, how are you?
Great.
Hi.
I missed you guys. I was absent last week.
I know. We missed you too.
We were like, what friend is missing?
But I have to say, you guys killed it.
Oh, thank you.
You guys killed it.
I was like, should I say buenos dias, buenos dias? I'm like, no, that's
I wasn't missed at all. You guys completely took over. It was hilarious. You guys look all so cute. So it was awesome. It was a good episode. You guys killed it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
But Gloria, tú estás muy como sexy.
Well, we are in February, so it's the month of la amistad y el amor. So I'm bringing some amor into the life.
Yes.
You know, and pink is always very girly.
Yes, yeah. So it's
Pretty in pink.
That's right.
Jessica, we lost you. It's cuffing.
Sorry,
cuffing
you know, this Alyssa was FaceTiming me from college. My apologies.
Oh, it's okay. It's cuffing season, right? People go on dates and they just get somebody from the month of February, so you can go have somebody for Valentine's Day, and then February 16th they drop them, right?
Or vice versa. They drop you so they don't have to shop or do anything for you in February, and then they come back in March. That's been known.
That's very true.
People break up in February.
That's very true. That's very true. February 14th is for your actual partner, and the 15th is for the side chick, right? Or the side.
Either the 13 or the 15.
Right. Luckily, it's a whole weekend this year.
Right. So we'll know.
That's hysterical.
They're not around all weekend.
Some people are stuck. They're stuck 2 days. Oh, shit.
You never know. And we are gonna talk about that today, like how dating has changed so much. I'm married and Claudia's married, but I don't even think I can see myself dating again in this time.
A whole new world.
A whole new world in this generation, and it's just like, I don't know. What about you guys?
It's a journey. It's a fucking journey.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jessica, go ahead.
Yeah, we don't meet people the way we used to no more.
No.
I don't know. I feel like, are we going to get into this right now? Because I can get in.
Do it, girl.
I feel like,
I want to know.
Not for nothing. I know there's amazing men out there, just like there's amazing women.
Mm-hmm.
But, a lot of men have a lot of nerve to talk about how women are so damaged and, needy. And, I've met a lot of damaged, needy men.
Yeah.
And it's not cool. It's not
So
cool.
you sit there and you say, wait, am I the man or is he the man in this relationship?
Gloria.
Pero ¿por qué guay? ¿Pero qué pasó?
¿Pero qué es esto?
¿Pero qué pasó? He's more of a diva than I am. ¿Qué es lo que pasa aquí?
Yeah, very metrosexual. Que si the eyebrows and the nails and the pedicures.
Nena, you have no idea.
Which I don't mind. A good man that's maintained well. But when you're overly metrosexual and your eyebrows are more important than mine, then now I'm scared.
Now we got a problem.
Yeah.
When your booty looks tighter than mine in your pants, we got a problem.
Well, I don't got a problem with that. That I don't got a problem with.
Boo, I've seen some booties that look like girl booties.
Let me tell you, I like the booty in a man. But, my thing is, it's more about how emotional some are. Super sensitive and nothing
Very
wrong with being sensitive. Go for it. Be sensitive. Be vulnerable. But wow, sometimes I'm like, where does this come?
What happened?
Go to your therapist. Don't bring it here.
Oh, we become everything in this day and age.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't have, not that, I've dated in the past, but it was a very different time. So, but I do have some girlfriends who I'm like, try this and try the online. And they tried to Claudia, it's hard. Like, it's really difficult to find someone who is worth your time. And it's, you try to give words of like encouragement, like, it's going to be okay, but sometimes is the reality is that it's hard.
Yeah.
And
I think there's a whole new passion in our world right now where small talk is it. And for me, you can be as fine as a motherfucker, but if you do not stimulate me in other ways,
Right.
your looks don't really matter. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
You know what?
it's nice to have
Cheers
a nice
to that.
package.
Cheers to that.
Absolutely.
You
I
know,
need
Salud.
intellectual stimulation. I would drink with you guys, but I'm on these medications and
no, we're gonna drink for you. Don't worry about it.
yes, thank you.
Most
But the small talk that's all you do. And when there's so much small talk, you lose interest.
Yes.
And what about
If
so
we
much
cannot have a
talking?
conversation about different things, if we cannot relate in different levels, mentally, physically, spiritually,
Mhm.
bro, you wasting my time. Gotta go.
No, you're wasting my
I'm turned
whole
off.
freaking
I'm
time.
bored. I'm turned off. I'm bored. I've lost interest. Bye. Gotta go.
I think another thing I noticed too is that, as we get older, we kind of, have an understanding of what we want and what we want to tolerate. So our
Right.
levels of,
What we're gonna
of
stand for.
patience
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
down to the freaking ground, yo. Like, get it together.
And that even happens like in marriage, like even now, like
Yeah.
I realize I'm not dealing with this shit. Like
Mhm.
you don't want to clean, hire somebody. I'm
Right.
not, like there's things that you're like, no, I don't care. We've
Mhm.
been married for 13 years, but this is not okay. And you voice it and it's like something has to give. Like there's certain things that you're just like, no.
Right.
So when you are in that dating world just starting, you're like, no. No, you
Mhm.
also realize are your, at one point you have a top 10, then it's like top 8. top 3. Start cutting.
You're down to 3 and then 2.5 if we out.
Bye. Gotta go.
But even like Claudia said, even though, being married, I'm gonna go on 6 years now being married, and even the communication level changes, right? Because in the beginning you want to express your feelings and you want to talk and you want to communicate, and by like the 3rd month you're just being quiet, and then I got to figure out what's wrong with you, and you're like pulling strings to get that communication train going again, and it's hard. And sometimes people start with that in relationships, with that lack of communication, and because you're so in love and he's a good man or whatever the case may be, that kind of gets swept under the rug. And then later on you realize that when you start having the big problems, that's the base of your problem, that you never had the right communication. And everybody says that in a wedding speech, right? Communication. And you think like, oh, we have great communication, we talk all the time. You don't.
I've actually learned to communicate better in
Mhm.
my marriage because you need to. At one point, like you said, in the beginning, it's all flower. Oh my God, it's great. But then when you live with someone, it's different. You're learning each other no matter what.
Right.
And at one point, we as women, sometimes we hold things in.
I'm guilty of
I
that.
go, I let it go. And then you you blow up. And then I've learned like I can't do that. And I can't be angry at something he did 3 weeks ago. I should have expressed it at that point because now I look like a crazy person.
Mhm.
Right.
Like, I didn't know that.
Don't feel alone though, because there are some men who are also that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So for me, it was more my ends. And then we think, you should know, like, you should know that bothers
Yeah,
me.
because his major in college was telepathy, Claudia.
I know. So, but I mean,
And you're supposed to be a mind reader. Don't you know? In every relationship, I've been married, I'm divorced,
Yes.
I've dated, I've been in long-term relationships, I've done it all, right? And you always are supposed to be the mind reader.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Fuck that. I'm
Yeah.
not no mind reader.
Yeah.
Tell me what you gotta tell me.
Tell me
Hey,
that-
Gloria, do that again.
Say
Do
what
that
you gotta
again.
say.
Gloria, do that again.
Fuck that.
No, but so had
I'm
to
guilty
learn.
of that. I'm guilty of holding it in, but my husband does the same thing. he's guilty of holding it in too. He's a Taurus and I'm an Aries, right? So we're both alphas. We're both fucking bulls and a ram. So we're like,
hard-headed.
right? So I want to out silence you. So now it's week 3 and I haven't spoken to you, and now week 4 and he hasn't spoken to me, and then then after a while you just get tired of it and it just gets swept under the rug. But then that anger, like it's
still there. You're pressing it down. It's all you're doing. You're just pressing it down.
Suppressing, like Claudia says. And then one day it could be the stupidest thing, like, I don't know, leaving your shoes there, and then
You blow
something
up.
from 4 weeks ago comes up, right? So, and it's crazy because men are like that too. They keep quiet and they don't, you don't feed off of each other when it comes to that communication. So it's like, I don't know, I should have just stayed single.
No, don't say that.
No,
I'm
kidding.
I've been told by a very close friend of ours, actually, me trying to figure out am I ever going to find that one person that's like has it all, everything that I'm looking for,
No.
all the qualities. And I was told you at some point have to settle. And I'm like, settle? Fuck no. I did that shit 25 years with my ex-husband.
Excuse me.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to settle. I want to find something as close as possible,
Right.
to what I want in my life.
Right. And we got to remember, no one is perfect.
Of course.
No one is going to be, like you said, that's going to have every single quality, but you will find someone close enough to those things that you are looking for.
Right.
And now that you're at this age, you know what's important to you, or what matters, or what really is going to make you content. Right? Because we make our own happiness, like we said long time ago in one of the episodes. Your happiness is different from my happiness. It's different from Francis' happiness. It's different from Claudia's happiness. It's different from Angie's happiness.
Right.
And sometimes all of us humans, men and women, we tend to live by other people's relationship or what we see, right?
Right. What we think, right?
They're so happy. They're so great. We don't know what goes on behind.
Oh, no, we don't.
We don't know that they're killing each other. We don't know that maybe they sleep in separate rooms.
Yeah.
We don't know that maybe they haven't been intimate for years. We don't know that maybe they fucking can't even look at each other.
And then the best
whenever they have to be in front of people, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a true believer that I never compare my relationships to anybody else.
No,
I try as much as I can never to compare my relationship at the time with the relationship from the past, because everybody's different. And we tend, right, to hold on to things and suppress things, and things come up later on. And then it's like, oh shit, I'm comparing. I shouldn't compare. This is a total different person, or this is a total different situation, or this is a total different argument, or this is a total different, disagreement, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, we all tend to think, someone's gonna come that's gonna be perfect. But we're not perfect.
No, I'm definitely not expecting perfection. Because God knows I'm not perfect.
Right.
But I want someone that has the same views and values as I do. I want to even at 46 years old, I want to be able to meet someone where we can create a vision together.
Of course.
I know we
build a future.
Accomplish things at this age, right? But I want to now accomplish something with you.
Right.
And what would that be? It could be as little as a trip to Costa Rica. It could be like una casa. It could be whatever. But I want to have a vision.
Right. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, Jess. That's exactly where we should be at this stage of our lives.
But I don't think that there's an age where you should stop accomplishing things.
No, absolutely
together.
not.
The same way there isn't an age for us to wear ripped jeans, there shouldn't be an age for you to feel that, oh, I'm already 50 and I can accomplish this, or I'm already, 46 and I should have done this earlier. People, we reinvent ourselves every single day.
Yeah.
And relationships sometimes have to reinvent themselves. Sometimes
you have to keep it alive.
We need to realize
keep that flame going.
A lot of the mistakes I think we also make is, sometimes men stop courting you. They stop holding your
Yes.
hand.
You
They
become a
stop-
furniture.
Right. They get so comfortable. And us as women too get so comfortable. Like maybe sometimes they like the fact that we would give them, you know, like cook a hot meal every day, right?
Get a little sexy.
So right,
For
get a
him
little
not in the fucking
little-
raggedy clothes.
exactly.
Listen, I
Exactly.
grew up in a home where my mom and dad were comfortable with each other because you have to be, right? You in a
Right.
relationship, you must be comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
But you know, I remember chiquita, you know, my mom would give me her Polaroid and she's like, sácame una foto aquí with her lingerie pa mi papi. You know,
Yes.
and I was like, and you know, my mom is 80 now. You know, she was older trying to be doing her sexy thing for my dad always, you know.
Good.
So for
That's
me,
as it should be.
I want to be comfortable,
Yeah.
it's
But we don't need to
different for me.
settle. We
Yeah.
do not need to
You
settle,
don't
ma.
need to settle.
No.
You don't need, I think
No.
maybe your friend used the wrong verbiage. I think
Right.
maybe she was trying to just basically tell you, like, not as far as settling, but maybe there's things you may need to tweak, right? Because you don't need somebody to financially keep you up. You do that on your own. You don't need somebody, you know, to pay your bills. You do that on your own, right?
That list, right? That's what I
Right.
feel like
That list that you mentioned that starts
Right.
at 10 and then it shrinks
it's
to
like
2.
what are the core things that you need in
Right.
somebody.
So
Right.
if it's
Or-
someone that maybe is tall and tall, dark, and handsome, but this one's, you know, short, dark, and handsome, okay, so kill a few inches. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
I know that's not you, but what I'm saying,
There's the list.
you know, if
Oh,
this man has your same core and
You know
values,
what it is? This
then
is what
put
it
some
is.
fucking
I
inserts in
was
his
a
shoes.
short, you know, chubby man for a long, long time. So it's like I want someone tall, and I want them. You know, I like tall and thick. You know what I mean? But you know,
Something to grab.
yes. So anyway, I want something to build, you know, fit in that thing. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. It is what it is. But
Right.
as long as the respect and the trust and
Yes.
that
Yes.
unconditional love is there, that support,
That's
that
what it's all about.
friendship, you know, it is what's important to me, you know.
No, it's funny because
Absolutely.
when you get like a, it's going to be 14 years this year, right? But we went through a rough time at one point, and it was really because my husband, he doesn't like to clean. He's messy. And I'm the opposite, right? And it would be like these, I'm like, why is this here? Why is, and I was so frustrated, right? And then my friend was like, but he hasn't cheated. He doesn't abuse you. He's a good dad. And I was like, oh, okay. But she just had to put it in perspective. Like, yes, this is something you don't like, but it's something that you can hire.
To do. Yeah.
You can fix it. You can adjust it.
Right.
So sometimes
You can work around it.
you can
Yeah,
work
exactly.
around it. And
Right.
and we had the conversation. His things like on a Saturday, I work all week. I don't want to spend 5 hours cleaning the house.
Right.
Like, okay, me neither. But like that's how we grew up, right? We grew up like
Yeah.
on a Saturday, everybody gets
Everybody gets up to clean.
gets up to clean, and
Yeah.
then you go about your day. His upbringing was different. So for me, it was always me doing that. But then, he wakes up at 1 and I'm like, that becomes, you feel then resentful
Right.
when he cleans and then shit is all over, right? So then that was our issue. So we had to it was communication, right? And him really truly listening, because that's also, you can talk. But if you're not listening really to each other,
Mhm.
then that is another roadblock, right?
Yeah.
So we've learned, thank God, that to communicate better with each other, which is why, we're good. We have our moments, everyone argues, but at the end of the day, I'm happy, if that makes sense,
I'm
And
glad
he
you
is
have
a
girl.
good husband.
Mhm.
Rodney is a very good husband.
He's a
You
good
know,
guy.
so he is a good guy. You're lucked out. You're lucked out.
Yes.
So,
You're a
but
blessing.
The world knows he's messy, but
hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
It's
No.
okay.
We'll give him that one, because he has all these other good qualities.
Right.
We'll give him that one. But we are gonna be right back, and we're gonna continue talking about dating and how it changed, social media, and all these beautiful pics that these men send nowadays, thinking that we want them. We will be right back.
Hey y'all, so here we are, ladies, with our pero porque why. Like, what is going on in today's world? As we've been talking about dating in our 40s after divorce, what are the weirdest things we receive? In text message, and pero, and you look at it like,
Pero porque why?
Pero porque why?
You're like this.
And then you look at it again to make sure that it's what you see. You're laughing at me, but mira, this is real stuff. Real stuff.
Real.
I'm gonna be real. When I was dating, if it was in the conversation, in the moment of the conversation, right? And the conversation was getting a little risky or naughty, then
it's fine.
Problem with it, right? Because we're talking about it, we're dating, you're my man, or whatever the case may be. But I don't want to wake up on a Sunday or on a Tuesday, or be at work with kids on a Tuesday, and then all of a sudden I get this picture from someone I haven't spoken to in months, and it's like this big,
dick.
The best ones are when you get a "Hey, gorgeous," and you don't even know whose number it is. So you're like, "Hey, who is this?" And then the next thing you get is a dick pic.
Oh my!
And you're like,
we're supposed to recognize that.
Wrong number? Do you write wrong number?
Like, oh, let me study it. Let me look a little closer, and maybe I can detect who this belongs to, even though your number's not in my phone registered.
One day.
And then you go, I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number. And then you get you like big dick. And then I feel like saying, yeah, motherfucker, but not yours.
That's disgusting.
Like, what is that? Who are you? Why do you think I want this?
I remember getting a picture once, and not even date number one happened.
Oh God.
What? At least you know who it was. I'm getting random ones.
Ass. Like, I don't, what? His ass.
Yeah.
I was like,
But what happened?
Did you go out on the date?
Fuck no. I was like, really? I'm done. Like, this is what you have to offer? I'm out.
Crazy. Like, I don't understand why they think it's okay just to do it some random, or if that's the only thing that we're interested in. So
I just don't know. That has to be a guy who's like, yo, let me see who takes the bait. Let me see which bitch takes the bait, and responds like, ooh yeah, and then they go for it, right? And see what goes further. But then you have like, no, that's not okay.
Because unfortunately, Claudia, most men, that's all it's about today.
Yeah.
It's about, hooking up, getting some, and keeping it moving. Ask me no questions, tell you no lies.
Yep.
And I think, you two are both married, we're both single, but it's just like, that's not what I want, right? Like we were saying earlier, like that's not, no.
Not at all.
Francis said, like if we're in the moment and we're talking and it gets steamy, that's something else. We're talking, we're seeing each other, we're dating, we got something going on. That's different. But some fucking random person
that you haven't even
you haven't talked to in years, or you don't know who it is, or you haven't even gone out with yet. Like,
that's not okay.
So let me ask you guys a question. So do you think that maybe it's the misconception of some women that they've maybe dealt with in the past that think that, they accepted that type of behavior, and they think that all women are like that all women are going to like that, because there's some women that engage that encourage that.
Right.
I think it's a combination of
Right.
of both things.
Yes.
I mean, maybe they have had some encounters where it was all about that, But
Right.
as you're a human being, you know what I mean? And to me, when a man starts sending pictures like that so early on, you're not serious.
No,
You just want something to
no.
just have and
Right.
fuck around and do
Right.
whatever and keep it moving.
Right.
That to me, it says not serious. And you know what?
Right.
Some people are out, some women are out there
Right,
just
and that's what
wanting
they
to
wanna
have
do
a
too.
hookup, and it's okay. I got
Right.
through those moments, you know
Right.
what I mean? Where it's just like, all right, this is my little, you know, partner, my little companionship, you know what I
Right.
mean? But
Mhm.
if you're looking for something serious,
That's not the
that's
way.
not the route.
That's not the
That's
way.
not the way.
No.
That's not the way.
No, because a lot of girls nowadays feel like they have to have that dude mentality, right? That they
Right.
gotta act like a dude, keep it, do what you gotta do and keep it moving. But then the problem is that we are, how can I say it?
They're emotional.
Attached easily,
Right.
whether you try to act like a guy or not, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
people
just a shield. That's
Right.
just a shield
we
that's
get
put
attached
up.
easily. And
Yeah.
sex is intimacy. Whether you wanna, there's
Yeah.
no other real word to
Right.
describe it. It's intimacy.
Right.
So a lot of women or girls think that they can just have sex and keep it moving. But then when you see him with the other girl, you can't say nothing because you allowed this behavior, right? You were like, oh, no strings, no feelings,
right.
right?
You know,
So-
I'm a believer. I'm a believer that the way you get treated is because you've already allowed that.
Right.
You have to set your boundaries and your standards and your expectations very early on.
Yes.
You know, so
I
that
agree.
you both understand, okay, is this going to be a casual thing, or
Right.
are we going to work towards something more serious?
Right.
Which is what I always say, like, tell me up front what we're doing. Are we dating? Are we just seeing each other when we see each other? Is this something that could have a future? Is this just a pastime? Am I just the weekend girl? Like, let's be real. Let's know what it is up front, and then let me decide if I want to be in this or not. How far I want to be in this.
Exactly.
Right.
Don't put me in a situation that I didn't want to be in, or that you lie to me and tell me, oh no, you're my woman, you're my lady, you're my queen, you're the one and only. And hey, it was all a dream.
Right.
Mhm.
I had an
no.
experience once where, we had been talking for like 4 months. I mean, that's a really, for me, decent enough time to understand, what do you want out of this?
Right.
Right.
Right. And I presented it just like you, Gloria. Okay, so what are your feels? I'm
Right.
doing a check-in.
Yeah.
What's up?
Right. Right.
Right.
Was this?
I'm not sure.
was
I'm
this
unsure. I'm unsure. Like, dude, what are you unsure about? Either is this way or that way. Let's figure that shit out.
Right.
We're not teenagers.
No.
No.
You know, and
It's funny. We just all had a silent pause of thought. We're like,
And I think social media has played such a big
yeah.
role in this, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody's so comfortable with talking behind a computer, behind a phone, behind a tablet, that it's not real, right?
You can just
So-
swipe. You can just swipe.
You
left,
can just
right.
swipe and have
Yeah.
20 conversations at the same time. You could be sending that same fucking pic to 20 different people,
Right.
man or woman, right?
Right.
You could be sending that same good morning text to 20 fucking people every morning.
Mhm.
Ugh.
You could be sending that thinking of you text to every fucking body in the middle of the day. You could be sending the same text, good night, baby, sweet dreams, thinking of you to everybody. So, bro, what are we doing? This is
You could
all
send it at the
facade.
same time to 10 different people and we wouldn't know it because you could blind carbon copy.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
disappointing.
It is.
Honestly,
It is.
bottom line, our dating world of today is disappointing.
Call me old fashioned. I love the one-on-one time.
Yes.
I love the face-to-face. I like the fucking pick up the phone. Let me hear your voice.
Yes.
I like
miss
the
meeting
come pick me
somebody.
up, open the door for me, hold my hand. I like
Getting
all
the
that.
phone number, getting the phone numbers, Jess.
Yeah, I want to meet somebody in la calle. I mean, not la calle, pero like
I know what you
at
mean.
Barnes and Nobles, like okay,
Not online.
you want to exchange numbers and put it on a piece of paper,
Like
back
the old
in the
days.
day.
Back in the day.
What is
Now
this?
it's like you just
Numbers in your
scan each other's
pocket.
fucking snaps or whatever, and you're done. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I like the let's go out have a drink. I like the let's go out grab a
Yeah.
bite. I like,
Yeah.
like, why are we just texting? Why are
No,
we
I
just
never
liking each other's pictures
minded
on
that.
social
Like,
media?
I never minded that. Just going out and having a drink and having a
Yes.
conversation, actually
Yes.
getting to know each other, right? And just
Mhm.
picking each other's brains and what you're about and what your interests are. As like Jessica said earlier, like your values and what your compromises are, what your non-negotiables are. Nowadays it's just like, you go out, you have dinner, and then I'll text you.
Nobody wants to
I'll
talk.
text you. Nobody wants to talk.
Like, what are your goals? Like, where are you going in life? What do you want to accomplish in a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be? You know,
Mhm.
like,
You know?
Thinking
Some
from
people are just content right where they are.
where they are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you meet someone that's content right where they are, and you're a go-getter, and you want to do
it
better,
crashes.
You
it
clash.
does.
It falls
It
real quick.
does.
It falls real
Yep.
quick.
It does.
I know, like, just for me, I mean, I'm married, but the struggle is dating when you're married with your husband. Like,
Right.
you
Yes.
don't. And you sometimes
And you
don't
have
even
to. You
a
have to keep that alive.
And that's the challenge. I know, even for me, just going out and
Go on those dinner
by
nights.
yourself, and honestly, having 3 kids is hard. Who's gonna want to watch all 3? You got to
Yeah.
think about it. You need like 2 people, someone with
You got to really plan it.
you got to really plan it. And that's another job too. But
Yeah.
if you realize that you sometimes we could be in the same place. I'm on the phone, on the laptop, and we're not even talking.
Talking.
Yeah.
Nothing to each other. And then at one point, you're just like, Mira, coño, look at me right here.
Right.
Make it. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all. Like,
Absolutely.
let's go.
It's true.
You
And you
It's
know,
true.
Claudia, it doesn't, to me, yes, I like to have my date nights. I think date nights are important, but we
They
also
are.
have to remember date night is not always about going out somewhere. You could
Yes.
create
You
your
could just
own
be watching
date
a
night in
movie
your own
together.
home,
Yes.
in a separate part of your home, your backyard, girl. Put that shit up with candles,
Yes.
tiki
Mhm.
days,
Una botella de
ahí con
vino.
una botella de champaña. put
Yeah.
the kids to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've
Do
done
what you
that.
gotta do out in the open. And,
Yeah.
like,
Make that bubble bath.
exactly.
Yeah.
Put some rose petals on the bed.
Absolutely. Once the kids are sleeping, put candles all over your bathroom and be like, Ronnie, let's go.
Let's
Go to the
go.
kitchen counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you're tired, push through that tiredness and make it happen, because that interaction with one
what
another
keeps it
is
going.
super important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
100%.
and
agree.
and then you have marriages that become sexless, right?
Right.
Oh
You
God.
have sexless marriages. And
But why you
some
think
people-
that is?
I don't know. I think that, I mean, I'm not an expert in it, but I think that maybe sometimes, maybe you have a good man and you hold on and you wait and you wait and you wait, but then you realize that that's a very intricate part,
Right.
for me anyway, right? For me, it's an intricate part because that's something that I just want to do with you,
Right.
right?
Right.
And I could do it with anybody else in the rest of the world if I wanted to, but I don't. It's something I want to share that part of me with you.
Right.
And then I feel that if, in a relationship or in a marriage, if one person is about wanting to have that intimacy and the other person is not, then it just kind of like it starts fading away. Not only that, but other parts of you too,
Absolutely.
other parts of your marriage.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I once thought that intimacy should not have been a big deal in a relationship, but as I'm growing, as I'm
It's a
growing
big
into
part.
who I am, I have learned that intimacy is
it's
super
a
important.
huge part.
It is.
And it is a way of connecting. And,
Mhm.
when that connection isn't there, like you could have the most marvelous relationship.
My daughter just walked. Sorry.
You can be you can be with a person who you're emotionally connected with, intellectually connected with, everything connected with. And when you're not sexually connected with a person, it's like, gosh, it's hard because you have all of these good connections that matter,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And then there's this where it just becomes like, whoa, what do you do? You know, like, how
Right.
do you handle that? How do you,
Mhm.
and you know, it's a hard thing, a topic to talk about.
It
it's
is. And then you start questioning yourself. Some people start questioning themselves like, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Or, you know, then sometimes you attempt it and then you get rejection, right? And every married couple goes through their dry spell, right?
Absolutely.
Every married couple goes through their moment that could be 3, 4, 5 months that they don't have that intimacy because you get caught up in life, and life is hard, especially if you have 3 kids. You know, Claudia and Jessica, you have 2, and Gloria has 2, and you know, life is hard and it gets caught up in the way, and then you get caught up with work and your kids and everything, and then you forget that you guys need that time to reconnect, right? That's your connecting time. But I think it's also hard emotionally and mentally. It fucks with your psyche, you
Right.
know, when you have a person that you want to be with and that person doesn't want to be with you. So it's just hard, and it's, you know, it's just a
You know,
question that women need to ask themselves, like, one, what are you holding on to? And 2, you know, you need to have that awkward conversation, like, what's going on?
you know, I think I know someone who's going through that
Mhm.
right now.
the no
She's
sexual
young,
connection.
and she's young,
Mm.
25, young. And I'm like, one, it shouldn't be happening now. 2, I tell her, you have to know who you are as a person. And if that's really important to you, you have to go. As much as they have every other connection,
Right.
but because what happens is when she's trying, she gets very bitter because that part is lacking. So she's bitter, and
Mhm.
and you're like, oh, why you have attitude? Now
Right.
she's projecting
Lashing out.
that to
Yeah.
others. And
Yeah.
like, girl,
I'll,
you're not happy here. This is, but because this is
Right.
important for you as
Yeah.
a person. Because there are some women who honestly it's not that serious.
Right.
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 Okay. But if you're not that kind of person, now it's affecting you. Now with others, it's like it's you that's just gonna get worse. And then
Right.
you're not
To
gonna be
piggyback on what Francis was saying about the psyche and whatever. So a lot of women, when they're going through this, what happens is they start feeling, am I not good enough for him?
yeah.
Why
Mhm.
doesn't he like me? Now the woman starts feeling like she's not worthy. She's not beautiful enough. She's not wanted. She's not. And guess what happens in these relationships? So now people start looking outside. So the first person that's paying attention or that's in
Yeah.
the ear or giving the attention, that person's going to get intimate with you.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're lacking, right? That's what you
Mhm.
want. That's what you want so much from this relationship. So of course, whoever's in the ear or whoever's, you know, showing you, oh my God, you look so beautiful, or giving you the attention that you're not getting with this person that you have, that you want to be intimate with. That's why all this outside marriage shit goes on in relationships. So even in
Yeah.
regular relationships, because it's not just in marriages, there's a lot of dating or boyfriend and girlfriend relationships or
Yeah.
fiance relationships that also have outside relationships for that same reason. Because like everyone has said so far, you can have the spiritual connection, you can have the intellectual connection, you can have all those connections, but intimacy is so important.
How
It's
How do
not
you fix that?
like
How
we're
do you fix
saying
that?
here, but it's so important.
I mean,
It
as
is.
long as it's not a medical condition, right? You got to ask, have the conversation. Is this an issue? Like, is this something we have to go get further treatment for? Like, you know,
Right.
that's an awkward conversation. Like, dude, is there an issue? And if you're willing to stay there to help and see, you know,
Right.
that's different. But if it's not, then
Well,
it's
both people got to want to fix it. That's number
Right.
one.
But the thing is,
Right.
how
Person
do
alone
you?
cannot
How?
make it happen.
How do
You
you
know, Jessica,
fix it?
you're right.
You're two grown people. Like, you know, in my mind, and maybe I'm wrong for feeling this way, but we should already have an idea of how to, you know, please and how to connect in that way. But I do also keep in mind that we all have different experiences.
Right.
You know,
Not
so
everybody's experience the same.
exactly, you know,
You know, I don't know if there's a way to fix it, because
Yeah.
it comes down to fixing
the person.
ourselves, each other.
Right.
right? We
Right.
have to fix
Mhm.
ourselves,
Right.
because if you're with someone and it's been a few years that you haven't been intimate with, and you've been holding on to see if there's going to be a change, or what if we're going to evolve, or if we're going to get better, how do you become intimate with that person after 4, 5, 6 years again? Right?
Like
Because
I was
now
saying,
you're
both people gotta
questioning
want it,
yourself.
and you're gonna need outside help. That's
You're,
to
you're
me. That's
questioning
how I feel
yourself.
about it.
Like, why does
Outside
this
help to
person
have
want to be with
sex.
me? But you're here, the person is here every day, right? Let's say. So how do that's a really hard question. I don't know if it can be fixed,
Right.
because the
Maybe
relationship,
it can.
Yeah, I don't know
Maybe it
either.
can.
Not. And that,
Maybe
but
it can,
Jessica, just
you know?
thinking of that, I think that whoever the man is, they need to get help, because
Right.
at that point it's out of your control, let's say, because you want
Mhm.
to, but if they can't, what if, like, for example, a man can be mental, and if he's
Right.
emotional, no le
Right.
para, nothing.
Right.
But that's just a life issue. Like, then
Right,
you can't handle, you don't have coping. You
Right.
got to find a way to cope with those issues, to
Or
not let
like you said, Claudia, that it could be a medical condition, right? We
Mhm.
don't know if the person has a medical condition and that's why they cannot be sexually active. Or like Jesse said, everybody's had a different type of experience or relationship, or everybody sees intimacy in a different way or in a
Mhm.
different need, right? So maybe we need it, I don't know, 5 times a week, and the partner only needs it once a week.
Right.
Maybe, the partner has been too sexually active and they're over it now, and now they just, so
That happens too.
it's gotta be a hard conversation,
Mhm.
getting to the bottom of what is the situation, if it wants to be fixed or mended, and if not, then hey, this isn't working.
that other person,
cannot
as
be
much as
fixed,
you connect, you have to say goodbye for yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Right.
I have a friend who, he's like, social media also has taken a big part in
Social
him
media's done a lot of damage.
being like, what's up with these girls nowadays too,
Right.
right? Because a lot of women expose themselves too much on social media. A lot of women, are out there, practically naked, putting themselves out there. A man who wants something serious and is going to take
Don't
the
want
woman
that.
seriously, if he's dating you and then he looks through your social media and he finds that 90% of your pictures are half naked pictures of you, out
Right.
there, that's not the kind of woman he's going to want. Now his thought process of you is completely changed, right? Even if you guys have that connection now. So, and I never really thought about that. I'm like, oh, that's just social media. No, social media has fucked with a lot of people's psyche.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of relationships, a lot of jobs, a lot of everything.
Yeah.
A lot of family.
Yeah, it's true. It is very true.
Yeah.
And it's also, whether you're dating in a serious relationship or in a marriage, stop, chivalry shouldn't be dead, right? Hold the door for me.
Yeah.
Or I'm not a flowers person, but buy, some flowers and leave them on top of the table, or, just a card or a post-it. Have a good day, babe. Those little things cost nothing, but they mean so much.
It's the little things that keep the flames going, baby.
It does. It does. I feel like we all have different, I always talk about this in a lot of our episodes, is we all have different kinds of love languages.
Yes.
After I read the book, the 5 love languages.
Yeah.
At first when I was introduced to that, I was like, oh, quality time, hands down, that's my love language.
Right.
But then as I read the book, I was like, but I want everything else here too. I think, it's like a balance of,
Yes, it
a
is.
whole balance of, I want my little gifts. And I
Right.
I would like to hear some affirmations.
Right.
Don't
Yes.
be on it,
Yes.
because I will flip on you with a whole lot of affirmation.
Yeah.
But, there are some men, I've met a lot of men actually, who affirmations is like
A lot.
toppity
Right.
top.
Right.
Mhm.
And
But
I'm terrible at that.
That book, I know I read it too, and and I needed to read it. Someone told me about it. And it just sheds light as to what someone else may need, that you have to not be selfish,
Right.
Yeah.
as a wife or someone who's in a relationship, because it takes two. You have to.
It does. But
Lot of-
damn, it's a lot of work.
It's work.
It is.
It's work overall. And whether you're just friends with benefits or you're in a marriage from, point A to point Z, it's just work overall, and it's communication, and building a friendship is first and foremost, and just not getting lost in whatever situation you're currently in. But we can talk about this for hours.
Forever.
So cheers to
Ever.
relationships, to
So cheers to
dating,
relationship and
to benefit friends, to marriage, to whatever it is you're in.
Right.
To vision.
yes, visions, everything. We definitely have to touch on this topic again, but we will be right back with a little gift idea from yours truly, Francis. We'll be right back. Right, guys. So I have a friend who's helped me a lot these past couple of weeks, and I wanted to give her like a little thank you gift, but everybody's on unemployment and COVID, and so I was like, how can I put together a little gift that shows my thank you with all the little touches that she likes and not break the bank? So Sephora, thanks to Jessica and her darn fantastic finds, I found things that were on sale. I found MAC lipsticks at Macy's for $10. All these cute little things. This is my favorite. I almost kept it for myself, but I'm gonna give it. Right?
Oh,
That's so
Nice,
cute.
beautiful red pop lipstick set.
Ooh.
very cute.
Very cute.
That's at
It was-
Sephora?
you can't go buy it. It was like $12. And then my friend, she likes chapsticks, and she likes wine. And then I shouldn't say this because I'm like, yeah, I bought this at the Dollar Tree, but whatever. I bought these little coasters at the Dollar Tree. It says life is
that's
beautiful
cute.
So cute.
and laugh often. Bed Bath and Beyond, Bath and Body Works was having a sale, and I got this cute little makeup bag. You can see it.
Wow.
Ooh.
So all these cute little things, and I put it in a little box that I got from Amazing Savings, and then a little thank you card, right? And I'll show you the end result. I'm gonna have to tuck in this stuff because if not, it's gonna fall. But let's see if I can show you the final result.
That's so
Wow.
cute. I
So
love
nice.
You're so thoughtful, friend.
Beautiful.
So all these little
Love it.
things, a little wine glass, a little wine bottle, all these
So
cute little
cute.
things. I'll take a better video of it to show, but and under $50.
Good job.
Under $50, and the little
Applause
box
for
was like
you.
a pack of 3, and it was like $2. So it's just, I guess, like they say, it's a thought that counts, right? And you just want to get to know the person, and it's just a little thank you for everything that she's done for me for the past couple of weeks. There's even a little eyeshadow palette here. It was like $10. So yeah, so whenever Jessica has some fabulous finds, go out and buy the stuff, put it to the side, and then put yourself together a great gift.
Thank you for that.
Love
Be
it.
right back with our final remarks. So guys, what do you think about my gift?
Loved
Oh
it.
my gosh, I loved it.
Loved
I
it.
love how when you buy little things like that here, there, chucheritas, and you put it all
God bless
together,
you.
it just looks so pretty,
Mm-hmm.
And it just shows you like thought about it. You really, took some time to think about the person
Yes.
together. Great for Valentine's, just to show love to someone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
I think it was so nice. I love the way you put it all together. Everything looks so good and nice. I'm like,
Mhm.
woo, I want to see more.
Yes.
I think it'll be so cute when she opens it, the little lights are on.
Yes,
It's just something, thank you can go a long way, and it doesn't have to break your pocket.
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm glad
Thank
you guys
means
like
a
it.
lot. Thank you
Yeah.
means a lot.
Thank you does mean a lot, definitely.
It does. It
So I'm
does.
glad you guys like it. So we'll be right back with our final remarks.
Hey guys, so what did you girls think about our segments and our show today? I think we had such an amazing show. I think everyone can relate to this episode.
Yes.
about dating or marriage or whatever type of relationship they've
Mhm.
had or are going through or are in. I think it was amazing.
I
Yes.
think it was a good topic. I think we, even us being in our 40s and being married and gone married and divorced, you continue learning about relationships. I think it's something that's an ongoing lesson. The same way you
Absolutely.
continue learning in your craft and you continue learning new things in life, you have to continue learning new things about your relationship and about your partner. And I think people tend to forget that. I think it was a good conversation.
And relationships are work, but they're meant to be good work.
Yes.
Like, and that's the thing. And being in the process of that, it leads to beautiful things. Even with
Mhm.
friendships are work, right? We've been
Yes.
friends for a long time, and not just by accident. So it's a beautiful thing. So I think it's hard, but so worth it.
And I also think that it is good to talk about, because sometimes you feel like, is this something that is in me, or is it that others feel this way too? Sometimes it's good to have, like, I don't know if reassurance is the right word, but like somebody like understanding you also, like saying,
Mhm.
just, it's okay. This happens. And there's these options that you can explore.
Mhm.
So guys, thank you so much for watching our show today. Tune in next week where we will discuss our top 5 tips on starting a new relationship.
Follow us on IG and Facebook. And now that you can tune in and listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast at Wine and Wisdom 5.
And guys, don't forget that to always take a minute to sip some wine. We have juice in our cups today, and share a little wisdom. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.